Hi, my name's Christina. I'm just here to strengthen my points. So, I'd like to start off by saying that we should not be going to the moon again. We need to forget about the moon, not entirely, but we need to get past it. We need to better our resources on Earth, and we need to also explore regions beyond Earth. We need to stop thinking so short term. We need to explore beyond the moon and see if there are other life sources, other resources, other things that we are able to get to than just the moon. We need to think about the cost of going back to the moon. To fully run the moon base, it would be at least $3 billion per year. That's how much we spend already. We spend about $10 billion per year on the space shuttle alone, and that space shuttle only goes up. It doesn't come back down. It doesn't need all the necessities that we would need to build a moon base. Therefore, building a moon base would be incredibly more expensive. Man-made missions to the moon are less effective than robot missions to the moon, and we could be spending that money going to Mars, or using that money and intelligence to be going beyond Mars even. We could even maybe finally get past that and go out to like Saturn one day. We can use that money to better our resources here on Earth and finding ways to convert salt water into fresh water to help counteract the droughts that we're currently facing. We could we need to focus on being able to expand our levels of thinking to reach beyond the moon, to reach beyond the stars. I believe that we don't need to go into space because it would cost $10,000 per pound to send into space. And we don't believe that we need to, I don't believe that we need to build an escape plan. Of its resources, we need to value and protect those. We can't use the moon as an escape plan. It's utterly unfeasible to be able to get mass amount of people to the moon. It's also unlikely that it would cut any cost of lives spared. It would take a lot of sacrifice just to get a system like that up and operating. The only reason that I've seen that people want to develop the moon is to get helium-3 in water, but we're not sure exactly how much helium-3 we can get from the moon, or even if we can harvest all of the helium-3. Therefore, that would be a terrible waste. And that if we develop the moon, there would be more race wars, or kind of like Cold War's race to the moon, and there'd be a lot more tension amongst the countries in getting to the moon and who could actually colonize the moon, and what there would have to be a whole nother order, kind of like the United Nations, just to govern territory outside of our Earth and territories outside of space. And then there's always a risk of going to the moon. There are lives in danger. We'd have to sacrifice people because there's always something that can go wrong with more expeditions to the moon. We've already had a lot of expeditions to the moon go terribly wrong. Children wouldn't develop right, neither would adults. Then once you spend an extended period of time in no gravity or low gravity or even artificial gravity, it doesn't have the same effect as real gravity, and it just weakens and wears on your bones. I don't believe we need to structure the moon. I do believe that we need to think outside the box. We don't need to outweigh the risk. We already have too much risk involved with that. I believe that we just need to focus on getting past the moon and bettering Earth versus bettering the moon instead of Earth. Thank you.